Have you ever wondered what would happen if Mother Earth suddenly decided to take a break? A permanent pause from her relentless spinning, 24/7, 365 days a year? No more day or night, just stillness? This isn't a script for a new Hollywood end-of-the-world blockbuster. This is serious science we're talking about. Welcome back to Flack Lab, your favorite spot for mind-bending science and what-if scenarios. Today we're delving into a world of physics, geography, and a whole lot of chaos as we explore the question, what if the Earth stopped spinning? Alright, let's get grounded with some science first. Our home planet spins at an impressive speed of 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. This rotation is responsible for our days and nights, climates, and the Earth's shape. Yes, you heard it right. Our planet isn't a perfect sphere, but an oblate spheroid, meaning it's slightly squashed at the poles and bulging at the equator because of its spin. Now what if that spin just stopped? In the blink of an eye, if Earth stopped spinning, things would get catastrophic, fast. Firstly, the conservation of angular momentum would make everything on Earth, including the oceans and atmosphere, continue moving at the same speed. This would result in massive winds and oceans sweeping over continents, wiping out life as we know it. Post the initial chaos, the Earth's shape would start changing. The centrifugal force caused by Earth's spin that currently causes the bulge at the equator would no longer exist. Over centuries, gravity would pull everything into a sphere, causing land at the poles to bulge out and flood, while land at the equator would be drawn inwards, creating a giant landmass. On a non-spinning Earth, there would be no Coriolis effect, which presently impacts weather patterns and ocean currents. Without this, we would have a mega-ocean at the North Pole, a supercontinent at the equator, and a mega-ocean at the South Pole. The climate would be dramatically extreme, with scorching heat at the equator and freezing cold at the poles, making life as we know it virtually impossible. Last but not least, a non-spinning Earth would mean no more day-night cycle. One half of the Earth would be in constant daylight, and the other in eternal darkness. The dark side would become a frozen wasteland, while the light side would be so hot it would be uninhabitable, except maybe at the twilight zone, the thin line separating the light from the dark. Moving beyond the geographical and climatic impacts, let's delve into the astronomical consequences if our planet stopped spinning. The Earth's spin affects more than just our weather patterns and geographical distribution. It is also responsible for the cycle of day and night that we experience. Without this rotation, the concept of a 24-hour day would become obsolete. One side of the Earth would be in perpetual daylight, while the other would be trapped in an eternal night. This would significantly affect not only human life, but also the life cycles of numerous animals and plants, fundamentally altering ecosystems across the planet. Moreover, the Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from the sun's harmful solar radiation, is generated by its rotation. If the Earth ceased to spin, this magnetic field could potentially weaken or disappear entirely, stripping away the protection we have from the sun's radiation. This could lead to increased levels of radiation on the Earth's surface, dramatically affecting the survivability of life on Earth and potentially making the surface uninhabitable. With the Earth's rotation coming to a standstill, the biological impacts would be devastating and far-reaching. The cycle of life on Earth is intricately tied to the cycle of day and night. From the smallest microorganisms to the largest mammals, all life forms have evolved to live in a world that rotates. This has resulted in biological rhythms called circadian rhythms that govern the behavior of most organisms. Plants, for instance, follow a diurnal cycle, where they photosynthesize during the day and respire at night. In a world without rotation, one side would be in continuous sunlight, causing plants to photosynthesize continuously, while on the darker side, without sunlight, photosynthesis would cease entirely. This would dramatically affect not only plant life but also all life forms that depend on plants for their survival. The disruption of the day-night cycle would also affect animals that rely on the cycle for their feeding and mating habits. Nocturnal animals, those active during the night, would find half the Earth uninhabitable. Similarly, diurnal animals, those that are active during the day, would struggle to survive in the perpetual night of the Earth's dark side. The impact on human society would be monumental if Earth were to stop spinning. Our entire concept of time, based on the Earth's rotation, would need to be redefined. A day, which is currently 24 hours, would cease to exist as we know it. Instead, we would have one long day and one long night, each lasting 6 months. This would also change the way we perceive and measure time, which could impact everything from our daily routines to economic systems. The societal norms and cultural practices that have been shaped by the cycle of day and night would also be thrown into disarray. Moreover, the extreme climates and radiation levels could force humans to live underground or in specially designed habitats. This could fundamentally alter the way human societies are structured and could impact everything from our architecture to our social organization. Section 8. Effects on human life and society. As the Earth's rotation grinds to a halt, human life and societal structures would face unprecedented challenges. We can start by considering the immediate effects on our daily routines and physical well-being. Humans have evolved to live in sync with the planet's 24-hour rotational cycle, known as the circadian rhythm. This internal body clock regulates our sleep-wake cycle, digestion, body temperature, and numerous other physiological processes. If the planet were to stop spinning and the cycle of day and night were disrupted, our circadian rhythms would be thrown into chaos, potentially leading to severe health implications such as sleep disorders, depression, cardiovascular diseases, and weakened immune systems. In areas of perpetual daylight, the lack of a nighttime cooling period could cause temperatures to rise dramatically, making conditions unbearable and potentially fatal for humans. Conversely, in regions of endless night, temperatures would plummet, making survival equally challenging. These extreme temperature differences could lead to mass migrations, as people try to escape the uninhabitable zones to areas with more tolerable conditions. Such large-scale population shifts could trigger geopolitical conflicts and social unrest, with the fight for resources becoming more desperate. Section 9. Impact on agriculture and food supply. The effects on agriculture and our food supply would be equally catastrophic. Most crops rely on a balance of sunlight and darkness to grow. In areas of constant daylight, the relentless heat and light could lead to widespread crop failure, as plants would be unable to photosynthesize effectively. On the other hand, in regions of perpetual darkness, the lack of sunlight would make photosynthesis impossible, resulting in the death of plants and a breakdown of agricultural systems. This could result in a global food crisis, with starvation being a very real threat. The collapse of agriculture would also have knock-on effects for livestock farming, as the loss of crops would mean a lack of food for animals. The decline in livestock would further exacerbate food shortages, contributing to a potential global famine. The cessation of Earth's rotation would also have a profound effect on our oceans and the abundant life they support. The gravitational pull of the moon causes tides, but the Earth's rotation also plays a significant role in their regulation. If the Earth stopped spinning, the gravitational forces would cause the oceans to migrate towards the poles, creating a giant supercontinent around the equator and two massive polar oceans. This redistribution of water would drastically alter the habitats of countless marine species. Many coastal species would lose their habitats entirely as the sea levels fell in equatorial regions. Conversely, the polar ocean's immense depth could make them inhospitable to many marine species accustomed to shallower waters, leading to massive die-offs and a significant loss of biodiversity. This would not only be a biological disaster but also a human one. Many communities around the world rely heavily on the sea for their livelihoods, whether through fishing, tourism, or shipping. The catastrophic changes to the oceans could collapse these industries, leading to economic hardship and social upheaval on a grand scale. Supermom. Section 9. The impact on human psychology. In addition to the profound social, cultural, and physical changes, a world without the Earth's rotation would also have a significant impact on human psychology. Our circadian rhythms, which regulate our sleep and wake cycles, are heavily influenced by the natural patterns of daylight and darkness. These rhythms not only affect our sleep, but also our mood, metabolism, and cognitive functions. If the Earth stopped spinning, it would disrupt these rhythms, potentially leading to widespread sleep disorders and mood disturbances. The psychological effects of living in perpetual darkness or light could be severe. Prolonged exposure to darkness can trigger symptoms of depression and anxiety, while constant light can cause stress and sleep disorders. The lack of natural light can also lead to vitamin D deficiency, which can have a negative impact on mental health, resulting in symptoms such as fatigue, mood swings, and depression. On the other hand, the constant daylight could lead to overexposure to UV radiation, increasing the risk of skin cancer and other health issues. Moreover, the drastic change in the environment and lifestyle could lead to a sense of loss and grief over the world as we know it. The fear and uncertainty about survival in such a drastically altered world could lead to increased levels of stress and anxiety. The change in social structures and norms could also result in feelings of alienation and disorientation. Living underground or in specially designed habitats could further contribute to feelings of confinement and isolation. Lack of exposure to nature, which has been shown to have a positive impact on mental health, could lead to increased rates of mental health disorders. In summary, if the Earth stopped spinning, the psychological impacts could be as significant and far-reaching as the physical and societal changes. The effects on mental health could be profound, affecting everything from sleep and mood to cognitive function and overall well-being. So, life on a non-spinning Earth seems pretty grim, huh? It's a reminder of how every spin, every rotation of our planet counts. Every sunrise and sunset, every changing season is a testament to our planet's incredible journey through space. So next time you catch a stunning sunset or witness the change in seasons, remember, it's all because our Earth just can't stop spinning. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride through a what-if scenario of epic proportions. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more mind-blowing science from Flack Lab. And remember, science never stops spinning new tales, and neither should our quest for understanding. Until next time, keep spinning into new knowledge.